A bit of news before we get into the episode. West Ham are close to in administration. The board would like to make it clear that the club is £169 million in debt with losses of £34 million last month. This is an unstable financial position, and if extra funds can't be found, then the prospect of the club entering administration in the near future is a real possibility. Given this situation, it is imperative that the club avoid relegation this season.
This is a family. This ain't a football club.
Since that last episode against Arsenal and Manchester United, we did get 3 points on the road. Mohamed Darami and Ollie Watkins getting us 2 goals in a 2-1 win against Bournemouth, a 3-0 win in the Carabao Cup against Plymouth, Adama Traore, Daniel Marlin and Memphis Depay getting the 3 goals. Back to Premier League action and a 2-2 draw against Wolves. Ruben Neves scored a penalty against his former club, and then Reece Nelson got the other goal. Back to Carabao Cup action and Championship Coventry got us a 1-0 defeat. Over to Brighton as well, 0-0 draw against this one. Just didn't create anything in the Coventry or the Brighton game. Over to Everton and Thierry Barry got a penalty twice in this game, which was a little bit annoying if we're just going to give away goals. And then substitute Leandro Trossard brought us a goal back, but not enough for the 3 points or even a point. And then in the last game, we had a 3-1 win against Ipswich. Dara O'Shea with an own goal for Ipswich. Pedro Neto, new signing from Chelsea. And then Morgan Gibbs-White out with the goal as well. If we go on to recruitment and then transfer history. Ever since that last game, we've only signed Pedro Neto for 15 million for a player that's good on both wings, is a goal scoring threat and then an assisting threat, and then just to play on the right hand side as well, just an extra depth. Did score 2 goals, and we'll start this next game. That's the 11th for the next game. Ramsdale starts his first game for West Ham with Sidilla, Todibo, Cresswell and Diouf making up the defence. Neves, Anderson and Gibbs-White making up the midfield with Neto and Barnes behind Ollie Watkins. Who are then away against Leicester City. Really should be a team we should be winning against, but honestly this West Ham is doing not bad this season. We are mid-table up to 12th at the moment. I did forget to show you the league table. We'll show you at the end of the episode, depends on where we are. But decent possession in this one. Forward to Gibbs-White. Over to Harvey Barnes, who was explaining that he wanted more first team football. Did get his Scotland first cap in the international break. Back to Pedro Neto, who does hit the post 2.5 minutes in. We have gone close, but not quite close enough. Free kick to Leicester City just before half time. Fatah would take it. Takes his shot to Thomas, to Melissa. Pretty good free kick, but shouldn't be really conceding that one. Pretty well worked from Leicester, but just put them 1-0 up just before half time. Here we are then, just before half time. Can we get back in the game? We are now dropped down to 14th. Not bad for the start of the season. Not great either. There is half time. Ebo to Gibbs-White. Decent passage. Watkins chooses not to go to Gibbs-White. Harvey Barnes back to Gibbs-White. Has a shot. Close, but not quite the cigar. And there is a full-time whistle. Finishes at 1-0 to Leicester. All of their defensive players and their goalkeeper says, with the high rating, says they had a pretty decent game. Honestly, it was a pretty drab game. Leicester just happened to get their goal. Here is the live table as well. Up to 14th on this one. 9 points. Anyway, we need to get a better result in the second game. Here we are then, starting lineup for that game against Fulham. Ramsdale starts and goal again. Gallo, Cresswell, Todibo and Walker-Peters make up the back four. And with Fernandes and Anderson making up a midfield 2 and a midfield 3 behind them with Barnes, Gibbs-White and Trossard with Marlon up front. Pedro Neto's got a little injury, will be out for 5 to 10 days, along with Ollie Watkins, just hasn't been in the best form. Just got 1 goal and 1 assist, but not really the form we want. Trying Daniel Marlin, he is wanted by Fulham and Nottingham Forest. Give him some game time to see if he can get some goals as well. Anyway, let's get into that game against Fulham. of the game at home against Fulham. Gallo goes down the left-hand side. Can he get a decent ball in? He does. Over to Trossard. Anthony Robinson hits it away. Muniz knocks it on, but only to Todibo. West Ham get the attack back up again. Walker Peters. Elliot Anderson through to Leandro Trossard. Has a shot, and there is 1-0. Elliot Anderson and Morgan Gibbs-White are the creative sparks in midfield. Hopefully this formation can unlock them a little bit. VR will check the goal, but Portini, after VR inspection, will award the goal. Create something again. Over to Harvey Barnes this time on the left-hand side. Tinks on his full-back. Can he get a decent ball in? Back to Gibbs-White. Over to Fernandez, who wanted more game time. Tried the shot, but just over the bar. Fulham will bring it out though. Over to Anthony Robinson on this left-hand side. Back from Iwobi. Sasha Lukic, decent down this left-hand side. Alex Iwobi gets past his man. Does have a couple of players defending him though. Tries to pick out Smith Rowe. Todibo cuts it out though. Barnes doesn't win it against Castagna. Sunderberger. Over to Harry Wilson. Just walls it back the full-back like he's not even there. Cuts it back to Emil Smith Rowe. And there is 1-1. Just keep conceding goals. I think it's a full manager thing. We just keep conceding goals and just not scoring enough. Here's Fernandez with a free kick. 27 minutes in. Plays it short to Barnes. Not sure that's the smartest idea, especially as it goes straight all the way back to Gallo. Walker Peters to Fernandez to Elliot Anderson. Trossard again. A little bit of a tame shot. Leno spills it, but does pick it back up. Puts them in the lead. Cut out Elliot Anderson towards Gibbs-White. Commentators Fernandez launch an attack for us. Harvey Barnes has space on the left, choosing not to go to him. Is he going to choose to go alone? He does choose to go alone. Maybe it's not the best decision. His shot not really testing Bernd Leno in the Fulham goal. Back with a Fulham goal kick. Over to Anthony Robinson. Seems to be that out ball at the moment. Iwobi to Sasha Lukic. Over to Iwobi again. Forward to Smith Rowe, who brings it down, chips Aaron Ramsdale. And Emil Smith Rowe, the former Arsenal man, chips Aaron Ramsdale, the former Arsenal man. And Fulham are 2-1 up. We are then goal kick for West Ham, 49 minutes in, just into the second half. Picks out Walker Peters on the right hand side, playing out the back a little bit. Elliot Anderson to Trossard, in past Iwobi, up to Daniel Marlon, back to Fernandez. Trossard on the right hand side. Marlon is through and goes past Leno, and there is the equaliser. 49 minutes in, Daniel Marlon gets his goal of the game. Leandro Trossard with a goal and an assist now. Fulham 2, West Ham 2. Cresswell launches it out for West Ham. Lukic to Sunderberger. Fulham on the ball now. Calvin Bassey to Joachim Anderson. Over to Castagna. Not the best press from us. Harry Wilson. Forward to Emil Smith Rowe. Already got 2 goals today. Beats this man over to Muniz, and Emil Smith Rowe has just been the complete difference. Fulham 3 at West Ham 2 just before the hour mark. Rather than Muniz with a deep cross towards Castagna. Emil Smith Rowe picks it up again to Harry Wilson. Will cross it in. Cresswell does cut it out though. Forward, I say out forward, it is just away to Anthony Robinson again. Here's Robinson down the left hand side. He crosses it in towards Muniz, does win it, and there is 4-2. Just had control of this game when we scored the equaliser, but ever since the equaliser, we've just not done anything made into play yet. Game might be over by the time they do though. Harry Wilson cuts for Emil Smith Rowe and Alex Iwobi. He's at the back post. West Ham 2, Fulham 5. It looks like the second half. Fulham have just taken control. Second goal in the space of 3 minutes. Already scored 5 this game. Not exactly the best defensive display from us. Ball to Castagna on this right hand side. Harry Wilson. Emil Smith Rowe is just completely running this game. Can he get another assist or a goal for himself? Will shoot and does get another goal for himself. Fulham 6, West Ham 2. Middlesbrough's throw is just absolutely running this game, and honestly, there's not really much we can do about it. Get the goal difference a little bit better. Honestly, if it wasn't for Middlesbrough's throw, this game would be a lot closer, but I guess that's the difference. He is just absolutely running this game. Meniz to Harry Wilson. Crossfield ball to Iwobi, just doing what they want at this point. Iwobi to Meniz. Crossfield ball, and Fulham have 7. There we are then, that is the end to a pretty awful game and a pretty awful episode. Another match, Emile Smith-Rowe was just the absolute difference. 7-0 flatters Fulham a little bit, but honestly, if you're going to put in defensive performance like that, you're not going to get anywhere. Especially at home. Anyway, league table time, where does that leave us? Over to 15th. Did come back because I thought it was in some decent form. Ever since that international break, it would just not come back into the same form. Anyway, hopefully we'll be in a little bit better of a form next episode. Anyway, that is the end of today's episode. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.